isn't news that I thought I'd be talking about on a Thursday evening. Nagelsmann sacked by Bayern Munich. I've got to be honest, I never saw that coming. I don't think anyone saw it coming. Sensationally, it was, sensationally was basically after what time was it about? It was about sort of 8:45 that the sort of the news came out, and I I can't believe it. I cannot believe Julian Nagelsmann has been sacked. Um, Obviously something has obviously happened, but even I'm baffled. I'm absolutely baffled. But this is obviously what the news was from obviously Fabrizio Romano. Like I honestly have to say this from obviously watching sort of inside as well. I I don't think Bayern have been the best as you can quite clearly see. Big up to everyone who's watching, by the way. Do hit that like button. I do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. And obviously, I will read your comments in just a moment. But this was the sort of the news basically from Fabrizio Romano. It was. Exclusive news confirmed. Julian Nagelsmann said to be sacked with immediate effect as FC Bayern coach. News revealed earlier tonight, now being confirmed by club sources too. So that was obviously the first sort of thing. Yeah, let me know. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Your guys' thoughts about this because I've got to be honest. I'm amazed at what's happened. And then almost immediately, the news was that exclusive news confirmed Thomas Tuchel has become the new FC Bayern head coach. Full agreement in place. He's already accepted the job. Contract agreed. Documents are being prepared tonight. So that's more news onto it. And then obviously like it's just been announced, and the funniest thing as well, or I really feel sorry for Nagelsmann, is apparently he's in skiing holiday, and apparently he has just found out. The club just didn't let him know. So I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. I know Bayern Munich lost to Bayer Leverkusen at the weekend. Now I watched that game. I watched that game with an added incentive that I thought maybe the Bayern Munich may have had a chance against the Manchester City, but the fact that they've just sacked Julian Nagelsmann now makes me think there's more to this. I don't think this is on results. I think it's something that's happened behind the scenes. I don't know what has happened behind the scenes, but I've got a feeling it's something to do with that. Um, And quite clearly, I just think that this is absolutely it's huge news because I think Bayern Munich have just been kind of looking at the international break and thinking, oh well, we're absolutely bored. Let's just sensationally announce that we're going to sack our manager, who they bought for £25 million from RB Leipzig, ladies and gentlemen. £25 million they spent to get Nagelsmann to Bayern Munich. I just baffles me. It absolutely baffles me. But let me just say hello to a few people because I have seen a few of you that are in here. Let me just see. Let me see. I'm not very good with these. Not very good with these. There we go. There we go. Hello, Matt. Hope you're good. Can I actually put? Oh, I can't put. I can't put comments on the screen. Hello, Balam. Thank you very much. Big up John Conway as well. Would it take Julian after Klopp? See, that's the interesting thing now. That is the very interesting thing. Um, I mean, for me, I think Nagelsmann comes into the Premier League. I do. I do think Nagelsmann comes to the Premier League. Um, Maybe it might be Spurs. Maybe it might be Spurs. Maybe it might be Spurs. Matt says Nagelsmann got the job too early, in my opinion. It was better to sack whilst there was a break. Tuchel has a better chance of beating Manchester City. I agree to an extent. I think they've obviously seen from what happened last season against Villarreal. We all remember what happened against Villarreal. I think Bayern did actually win the first game, didn't they? They won the first game, like 1-0, and then obviously obviously we had away goals. No, we didn't actually have away goals, but Villarreal did actually go to Bayern Munich and win 3-2. So that was sensational. That was very, very sensational. So yeah, it's mad, absolutely mad. Matt said he didn't see it coming. Unexpected from Bayern. Yes, absolutely. I'm amazed. I'm absolutely amazed. DHTV is on. Hello, mate. I hope you're good. Big news, that absolutely huge, mate. Absolutely huge. Didn't expect to basically come on here and talk about that. Because obviously I watched some international football this evening. I watched England against Italy, and fair play to England. I thought they were they were good. Big win against Italy, I've got to say. Diego says unbelievable scenes. Certainly is. DHTV says teams like Bayern, they don't mess around, and to be honest, it works for them. You won't see them in sixth or seventh. Exactly, and that is the thing about a big club. When they see it's going wrong, they act. They act really, really quickly. It happened when Niko Kovac was sacked by Bayern Munich, and it's obviously happened now. It's obviously happened with Nagelsmann, but absolutely amazing scenes. I can't believe what's happened. I really, really can't. Hello, Nell. Hope you're good, mate. Nagelsmann for Chelsea. Possibly. I can't see him getting rid of Potter though. I can't see him getting rid of Potter. Thomas the Tang, new Bayern manager. Yes. Yang Talking Smag, good evening, mate. I'm baffled by the sack, and this makes no sense to me. Wait till the end of the season if you're going to do this. Bayern will be Bayern, I guess, looking like Watford with all the gaffer changes. Yeah, it feels a bit strange, doesn't it? It feels very, very strange. Has to be said. I'm surprised because Julian, they paid so much money from Red Bull, RB Leipzig. Bayern could easily win Bundesliga and DFB Pokal this season. Bayern are hosting the Champions League final in 2024. Yes, they certainly are. Would you mind coming him coming to the Falls and letting go of Farka? I don't know. To say the very, very least. I mean, I think obviously we've lost Jan Sommer now. It's always going to be difficult to replace a goalkeeper, obviously Manuel Neuer's stature. But when Manuel Neuer is obviously out for the rest of the season, you've obviously got to find a replacement. And I don't think Jan Sommer has been quite at it for Bayern Munich, I've got to say. But never did I see this news coming. Never did I see this news coming. I didn't expect you to be live now. It is big news from Bayern and Bundesliga. Bayern always owned the Bundesliga. Yeah, 100%. Hi, Maisie. Hope you're good. Thank you for tuning in. Surprised at the sacking, but I think Bayern will win the Youth Champions League now. They have Tuchel. Yes. Let me know your thoughts about the Bayern Munich Manchester City game, because I think this now makes them favourites now to potentially go on and potentially win it again. And obviously, we've seen as well that Nagelsmann is a very, very good manager. I just think maybe the move to Bayern maybe came just slightly too early. Bradley Breakin is in. I'm a Spurs fan and would love Nagelsmann. There you go. Do we think Nagelsmann will go to the Premier League now? Would I take him at Liverpool? If Klopp decided to say enough was enough, would I take him? I'm not sure. I am not sure. Ballon, Bayern, Madrid, Barca expect to win domestic trophies. Should have never left us, FFS. We are already losing Thuram and Bezdebani. Yes, we are. Bradley says, hopefully look at him. Yeah, I mean, obviously Tuchel's going to be leaving. Not Tuchel, sorry. Conte is going to be leaving very, very soon. Makes me think, will he potentially go to Bayern? Is another matter. Well, ride me sideways and call me Betty. Did not expect to see this news ever. Kian, I know, mate. Absolutely, mate. And apparently, we talk football says, "Say me, the title is wrong." The title's wrong. Give me a wee sec. Let me just check that. I can always change it on here. Give me a sec, people. Give me a sec. People, there are 16 of you in here. Please do remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you are new. I didn't expect to be going live, I've got to be honest, but it is one of those things. That's one of those things. No. No. No, the title is not wrong. Me talk football. No, absolutely not. John says, how are you? I'm good, mate. Hope you were good. Nagelsmann is Dortmund or maybe Spurs level, says the Matt's channel. Interesting. India Scousers in. Hello, mate. Hope you're good. How has this happened? Shocked. I don't know. I don't know. It's quite unbelievable. Quite unbelievable what's happened. If there was doubt about Bayern in Europe, it's gone now. Tuchel will win it. Got the feeling of it. It has got the feeling of it. Thomas Tuchel is very, very interesting choice to take over. It has to be said. Diego says, "Let's get to 16 likes." We're only on 7 likes, and we've got 15 people in here, so we should be on about 15 likes now, people. We should be on 15 likes as well. And then Kane says, "Unbelievable, Jeff. All I ask of Tuchel is he lets us have Sabitzer at the end of the season." Interesting. Well, I do think Manchester United are going to probably sign Sabitzer on a permanent. I can definitely see that. Keane says, "Unbelievable, Jeff." Oh, I've read that. Or wait, I should do it in German actually. Unglaublich, Jeff. Yeah, absolutely. Bradley says he's young and could build a good foundation with Tottenham, and his style of football is attractive and free flowing. He also believes in the young players. Yeah, absolutely. So where does this sort of leave now, sort of Thomas Tuchel? So because we all know that he did like to use a back sort of. We did know that he did like to have a back five at Chelsea. Will he play a back five at Bayern Munich? I don't think he can with these kind of players, and I've got to say that now because obviously you've got Cancelo. You've got Alphonso Davies. You've obviously got Dea Upamecano, who was obviously the he went to Bayern Munich because of obviously Nagelsmann. You've obviously got who else have you got in that midfield? You've got obviously Kimmich. You've got Müller. You've got Gnabry. You've got Sane. You've got Mane. So I do feel sorry in a way of you look at Thomas. You look at obviously Nagelsmann. He's had to deal with obviously losing Robert Lewandowski. Now, when you lose a striker like Robert Lewandowski, I do think that you are going to struggle. Now, the injury to Sadio Mane hasn't helped. I don't think they've been managing to get Sadio Mane into. I don't think they've managed to get Sadio Mane into the sort of the game yet. And I do think that will take time. And Sadio Mane has obviously came from Liverpool, and I do think it will take him time. It certainly will take him time. But never did I imagine Nagelsmann getting sacked. Never did I imagine in that a month of Sundays would he get sacked, especially when it's an international break as well. But actually, let me just check Bayern Munich's latest results because I don't. I know obviously they lost against. I know they lost against Bayern Leverkusen, but even still, I would not have imagined. Let me just check Bayern Munich actually, because I did actually see a stat which is quite actually typical Bayern, in fact. So let's have a look at their last results. So Bayern Munich in their last 5 fixtures, right? So I'll start with obviously Mönchengladbach. They lost 3-2 to Mönchengladbach. Okay, that's fair enough. They won 3-0 against Union Berlin. So, yeah, they were in good form. They were in very, very good form. Stuttgart, Bayern won 2-1 away at Stuttgart. Then obviously Bayern did win 2-0 against PSG. They beat Augsburg 5-3. And then they lost 2-1 to Leverkusen. And the Leverkusen game was his last game in charge as well. So very, very strange. Let me go back up the chat. Thanks for the news, mate. Liked already. Good night, bro. Thank you. We talk football. See you soon. Hello, Sebastian. Nagelsmann to Spurs. Possibly. I don't think any Spurs manager will be successful until they're allowed to spend and actually transform the side. Owners are stingy as F. Yes, they are. I wanted Tuchel at Liverpool. If Klopp leaves, won't happen now. The only one I want now is Ruben Amorim. Very interesting. He hasn't enough centre backs to play 5 at the back. No, definitely not. So he will probably play a back 4. I would imagine. Nagelsmann to PSG. Yeah, there's a few question marks over Christoph Galti, isn't there? So Nagelsmann's only lost 2 games from the end of September. That's crazy. Yeah, it is. It certainly is. Obviously, Leverkusen was obviously one of them. Well done, Xabi Alonso, as well. Keane Dillon says Xabi Alonso masterclass. Good evening, Chris. Hope you are good. Mönchengladbach always beat Bayern, though. It's uncanny. I would write that game off, to be honest. So he's sacked after losing 1 game. It's bloody mental. I get that they're second, right? I get that they're second, but they're only a point off Dortmund. They're only a point off Dortmund. There's 9 games to go in that league. And you know what? Even Union Berlin can say that they're in the title race. It's definitely a 3-horse race for the Bundesliga, I would definitely say. But yeah, Bayern only a point off. And the funniest thing is as well about this, it is their Klassiker after the international break. It is Bayern Munich against Borussia Dortmund. Now, or Borussia Dortmund, but Bayern. No, it is Bayern Dortmund. Sorry, it is Bayern Dortmund. So Thomas Tuchel, first game in charge, is going to be their Klassiker. You cannot write things like this. You cannot write things like this. Rich Sports is in. Was he doing that badly? No, I don't think he was. I don't think Bayern have been very, very good to watch this season. But I've got to say, Bayern are still a fantastic football team. They're still a fantastic football team. Reese is in the building as well. Bayern Munich, absolutely stupid decision. Behind the scenes situation indeed has happened. He's been effed over. It certainly feels like it. I mean, obviously, with obviously, you as a Leipzig fan, Reese, you must be thinking, what the hell's happened? Thoughts on the Balogun drama? I don't know what the Balogun drama is. Noticed she was doing great, just Bayern being insane. Absolutely agree. Reese has to be backstage drama at play. Reese, did you watch England? Weird sacking then, says Rich. No, I didn't watch. Lol. Oh God, love them. Second place. Not like they've won the bloody thing the last 10 years. It does feel like that. It certainly does feel like that as well. England totally dominated first half, second closer. By the way, come on Scotland beating Italy and getting third in the Six Nations massive result. It certainly was. Devil Rising is saying the Bayern sporting director is the one at fault. In my opinion, he's extremely invasive in team decisions. Yeah, it does seem like Oliver Kahn and co are definitely doing something over there. Chris says it's the right decision for me. I've never rated him. He's a German bridesmaid. Done nothing being behind a German bridesmaid in the league is second offence. He's in Pochettino category. That is my opinion. Chris, I applaud your opinion, mate. Never ever change. Never ever change it, mate. Absolutely. Bayern Munich need a winner in the dugout against his old club as well. That's going to be a hell of an atmosphere. He's clear of Poch. I think comparing him to Poch is very harsh. Tuchel hasn't got the steel to manage Bayern. That's going to be a disaster. He's very petulant. Yeah, that could be very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Jungle's massive. Hello all. Don't understand this one. Boring Bayern a point off, did get a great manager in Thomas Tuchel. Yeah, apparently Real Madrid were close to getting Thomas Tuchel because obviously of the uncertainty over Carlo Ancelotti. Because that's more news that's obviously coming out as well. Not as massive as Ireland. Yes, congratulations, Ireland, I've got to say. Nagelsmann was working under a barrel with those above him. He certainly was. Balogun was called up for England under 21s. He withdrew because of an injury and is now in the USC training fully in Orlando and coming to the upcoming US men's national team game. He's eligible to play for the US national team. Wow. Nagelsmann would be perfect at Spurs to bridesmaids. Entitled to opinion, of course, but I think it's so harsh to compare him to Floppuccino. Tuchel is a Spurs fan growing up, says Bradley. Very, very interesting to hear your thoughts. Your thoughts, Bradley. I've got to say, but yeah, it's. I'm stunned. I'm absolutely stunned at this news. Pochettino has been linked with Real Madrid. Oh my God, Poch, get rid of your ego, please. Just absolutely stunning news. I'd never ever saw that coming in a month of Sundays. And look, it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things when, um, never did I imagine, I would be talking about this in an international break, but here we are. What kind of Spurs fan is a German or B manages Chelsea? Tuchel to Bayern only works if Salihamidzic gives him control. He's an interfering wanker. Feels like that one, doesn't it, Reese? It does. It does feel like that one. But I've got to be honest. This is an interesting appointment because what would happen, right? I'm gonna say this in a little interesting thing. What would happen if Bayern went trophyless? Then the decision to get rid of Nagelsmann might not be justified. If they win the Champions League, then it's completely justified because Tuchel knows about doing that. He's obviously won the Champions League with obviously Chelsea. But as I said earlier, Bayern are a side that when it's not going right, they do think we need to act. We need to act. Might be too hastily, but when Bayern Munich are there, they do act. They do act, and I do think that this may become a bit hasty, but we will. But I look at Bayern's next couple of fixtures. I mean, obviously Dortmund in the league, Freiburg in the DFL Pokal, and then Freiburg again in the league. Then it's Manchester City away, Hoffenheim at home, and then obviously City at home, Mainz, Hertha. Look at these last 6 games, right? Mainz away, Hertha at home, Werder away, Schalke at home, Leipzig at home, and FC Köln away. Now, if I'm looking at these 6 fixtures, if I'm a Bayern Munich fan, I would be looking at that and thinking, right, we're going to win the league. Because you've got Mainz. Like, Mainz away is a very, very tricky game. Don't get me wrong with that. Hertha Berlin are not what they once were. Werder Bremen are a good side. Schalke are not what they once were. Leipzig, that's going to be a very interesting game. And FC Köln have had a pretty good season. It's pretty mental. I've got to be honest. It is pretty mental that has happened. But I do feel sorry for Nagelsmann not actually being able to find out, which that is a little bit harsh. But I never ever saw that this coming at all. Where did I get to? Chris Wells says maybe I'm harsh on Nagelsmann, but I stick to my opinion. Happy for him to prove me wrong. Yep, absolutely. 8 UEFA Champions League games, no goals conceded, only 1 point off the top. Sacking him honestly makes no sense. FC Hollywood are back. Diego says, could other clubs be more likely to change their manager now? Well, there was another report saying that Bayern wanted to act fast because apparently Thomas Tuchel was very, very close to going to Spurs. There's been a lot of talk that apparently Thomas Tuchel has been speaking to Spurs, and there was a lot of talk that he was potentially going to. He was liking the project. Apparently, Bayern wanted Klopp. Bayern were willing to wait until the summer to get Klopp, but they've obviously acted now. And got Thomas Tuchel. Look, I think Thomas Tuchel is a very good manager. So it just remains to be seen whether he can, do it. To say the very, very least. I'll be proven wrong and everything, but most of the time I'm proven right. You absolutely are. Bradley says, as a Spurs fan, I wouldn't mind the Celtic manager really underrated. Yes, Ange Postecoglou is a very good manager. Elevator and Escalator fan is in. Hello, thought the sacking was shocking. Yeah. In fact, Michael talks football. I don't know if he's in the chat. I don't think he is. He was actually doing a watch along to Denmark, Finland, and Italy, England, and he found the news out there. And yeah, I was doing a watch along on Leicester Till I Die as well, watching the Italy England game, and I saw that news sort of coming filtering through. So I was just having a wee look on my iPad, and there it was. Thomas Tuchel. Nagelsmann sacked. It's understandable Chris to have such. I just think it's harsh from my perspective, but again, your own opinion. All if buts, maybes, isn't it really? Yeah, absolutely. This is like coming downstairs for Christmas and being told, here's your new puppy, and you open the box and find a dead frog with his legs sewn together. I didn't really need that before going to bed, Kian, but thank you very much. If Dortmund win their Classic, the league is over. Maybe. Maybe. There's 9 games to go, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I still think Bayern will win the Bundesliga. If they don't, they have this to blame. I'm still not convinced by Dortmund's defence. They're not very good. They're not very good. Kane says there are 6 very winnable games. Jesus wept. Yeah. Mainz, Hertha, Werder, Schalke, Leipzig, and Köln. Definitely. We're going to the Allianz, and Gross is going to lead us to a win. Dortmund winning it unless Royce gets a horrible injury. I hope he doesn't get it. Royce lifting the league deserves it. Yeah, absolutely. But I think if they beat Bayern, then I will start to think Dortmund could win the Bundesliga. Royce free kick in the 90th to win 1-0. Ralph Rangnick at Spurs instead. Nah, I can't see that. I can't see him wanting to leave Austria. I can't see that at all. Tuchel making them more compact than Nagelsmann, I suppose. Yeah, the thing is with Bayern is that they have been conceding a few goals recently. They conceded 3 against Augsburg, which is quite stunning. I've got to say. They conceded 3 against Mönchengladbach. Conceded 2 against Wolfsburg. They haven't looked convincing, Bayern Munich. They haven't looked convincing, but even more, I do still think that this news is a shock. Tuchel does have a good record in the UEFA Champions League, and he has Pep's number, but they should have waited till the summer. Yeah, absolutely. Henry Ray Baker, hello, mate. Well, that's a shocker. Hi, hello. Sprockat says, good luck, Thomas. Love you still for everything you did at Chelsea. Jaden Jones was writing, but he's obviously rejected. I'm pretty sure he'll be back in. Nagelsmann didn't even realise he was sacked. I feel so sorry for him. I thought that was shocking from Bayern, even like PSG. Yep, absolutely. Okay, but hear me out. Nagelsmann at Norwich. Norwich? I can't see it. I can't see it anyway. Nagelsmann shouldn't have left Leipzig. No, definitely not. What do you think of Liverpool top 4? Jaden, it's going to be very, very difficult. It's going to be very, very difficult. Indeed, I've got to be honest, to say the very, very least. Nagelsmann found out 25 minutes by the media before the club decision he got Van Haaled. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Guys, there's 14 of you in here, so we should have at least 14 likes on this video. Just going obviously live with the breaking news. Obviously, Thomas Tuchel has replaced Julian Nagelsmann as Bayern Munich head coach. Indeed. Henry, I agree he should have stayed. Henry says, hi, chat. Can someone tell me how this has happened? Sportcat, no idea. No idea. I think Bayern Munich have just been kind of looking at this international break and thinking, right, we're absolutely bored. Germany aren't playing football. We'll just decide to do something silly and something so sensational. And yeah, we've decided to sack our manager. Absolutely mental. Absolutely mental as well. Can someone tell me how this has happened? Oh, I've just read that. But as you're a Liverpool fan, do you think you will get Jude Bellingham? To be honest, Bradley, in my honest opinion, no. I don't think we will. I don't think FSG are the kind of owners that are expected to spend that amount of money. I can't see it. I can't see it, to be honest. It's alliterative. It makes sense. Fair play. Race, another one of your hype jobs gone south, says Andrew. Hello, Andrew. Behind the scenes, Sportcat, no one knows. What the frig, bro? Andy, it makes no sense to sack him. No, definitely not. Do you think we will get Gavi from Barca? Nah, I don't think so. What do you think about Jude coming to Liverpool? Again, I can't see us spending the money, to be honest, Jaden. I cannot see us spending the money to get Jude Bellingham to Liverpool. Look, Jude Bellingham's a fantastic footballer. He really, really is. But Jude Bellingham is not going to make our midfield better overnight. I will say that now. Bayern being Bayern over what I'd like to know, says Reese. Imagine a Chelsea Bayern semi. Got to get past Madrid first, but who knows? Who knows? I believe Bayern will win their Classic and win the league. I think even if Dortmund win against Bayern, I still think it's open for Bayern to win Dortmund. I believe could drop points on the way. This is like when Chelsea signed Tuchel. Everyone was confused, and now it happens to Bayern. Yep. Absolutely. Tuchel's a smart winner for cup competitions, though, so that's their reason, I guess. But so bloody strange. Oh, absolutely mental, mate. Absolutely mental. Salihamidzic blindfolded himself and spun around 20 times before throwing a dartboard loaded with various wacky scenarios. What about Naby this summer? Oh, he's away. He's away. Naby's away. Ox is away. Firmino, sadly, is going to be away as well. So, Yeah, definitely. Salah Hammers is in for a shot when Tuchel tells him to bolt. Yeah, Tuchel doesn't have the best temper. Certainly doesn't. Gavi's overrated, but still young, may improve. Bellingham was injured tonight. He was. He did come off injured for England, but to be fair, Italy were very, very rough in their challenges, I've got to say. Imagine if Bayern won the Champions League. He would have won the Champions League twice, taken over halfway through the season. He certainly would. If Bellingham wins the Bundesliga with Dortmund, does he stay with Dortmund? That's a question I've always sort of wondered, Elevator. If Dortmund were to win the Bundesliga, then possibly could. Not to mention he's too good for the Conference League. 100%. You have 17 leagues. Thank you very much, John. Gavi and Pedri just seem to be pretty ball retainers. They don't seem to affect the big games at all, says Andrew. Feel for Gavi what's happening to him, but the fact he can leave for Nout, Barca's loss, anyone can gain, 100%. But like Mount without the engine, that I agree with definitely, Andrew. Adrian should Liverpool because it'll be a playing time. He'll be away. He'll definitely be away. Is it official yet? Nagelsmann. It's basically just been reported by every single journalist. So Bilt have reported it, Sky have reported it, BBC I think have reported it as well. So it's got to be official, definitely. Bellingham was amazing in the first half. He certainly was. If Bayern don't win the Bundesliga but win the UEFA Champions League, it'd be the most Thomas Tuchel thing ever. Certainly would be. Now going on to Spurs. A couple of people have asked me this tonight. I wouldn't be so surprised if he goes to Spurs. Wouldn't too be too surprised, but maybe Madrid. I can't see Madrid wanting to get Nagelsmann. It's obviously not worked for him at Bayern. Look, he won the Bundesliga. Well done to him for that. But he should have won a lot more than he actually did, to be honest. Not official, just favourite. Liverpool should try and sign Declan Rice, Dani Olmo, and Florian Wirtz. Two of those players I would definitely take. The only problem is Dani Olmo and Florian Wirtz are the two number 10s, and Declan Rice is probably going to Arsenal. Second half of England were lucky to hang on. Is the LFC Legends game on this weekend the same time as the Merseyside Derby for the women? I'm not too sure, Henry, because I'm obviously away at Hampden Park on Saturday for the Scotland-Cyprus game. So I'm going to that game. So I'm looking forward to that. If anything, it only jacks up his price a little bit more, says Kieran. Elevator says, I heard Liverpool are monster inverts. Yes, they are. All will be too expensive for Liverpool versus 70 mil. Almond versus too expensive. Rice is overrated. It's a no from me, Chief. I see Liverpool, to be honest, in the summer. You know, the amount of people have obviously said Mason Mount to Liverpool, I'm like, no thank you. No thank you indeed. Rice is good, but the English tax is a real thing. He's not a world beater. Nagelsmann to Spurs would be sensible, but I just see too many hype jobs coming from Germany. No, Reese. Mount has fallen off a cliff, and I hope we don't sign him, to be honest. Says Elevator. What do you think about FSG and building Liverpool this summer for Liverpool to bounce back? Believe it when I see it. And Bradley, I support Livingston in Scotland, mate. I am a big Livingston supporter as well, and obviously Liverpool in England as well. Who do you support, Bradley? Who do you support? And obviously, I know that Reese is a Rangers supporter. I think Niall was in the chat earlier. He's a Motherwell supporter. So this is a very, very good wee thing. I think Spurs could go for Poch. Would he go back, though? That's the thing. Would he go back? I'm not so sure he would. Nagelsmann, I feel, is in a project club where they need change is smart. I'd see him go to Italy, to be honest. I like Mount. Depends on the price. He is a good pro. Yeah, absolutely. Agree with you there 100%. So, guys, I will leave it there. Yeah, I didn't think it would come on live for a news to this, but excuse me, I didn't think it would come on to live for Julian Nagelsmann sacking, but there we go. Indeed. Potch rocking up at Tottenham. You couldn't live with your failure, and where did that bring you? Back to me. Yeah, absolutely. I will like a link to watch my game, no problem. I think he's all right. Mount still wouldn't take him.
Nagelsmann, I feel, might stay in Germany and go to another Bundesliga club like Bayer Leverkusen. Well, why would Bayer Leverkusen get rid of why would Bayer Leverkusen get rid of Alonso? Why would they get rid of Alonso? And Diego just putting out there, if your club does leave, Mario Hudson will be available at 75 years young. No, thank you, but I do appreciate that. Jaden, I do have WhatsApp. I do have WhatsApp. Xabi Alonso has been linked to Real Madrid, I believe. Ooh, interesting. I would like Nagelsmann to go abroad, but where I don't know. Alonso would not be leaving anytime soon. I could see Nagelsmann going to Italy or Spain. Into Milan, maybe. Reese. For Nagelsmann potentially, because there is talk of obviously Simone Inzaghi potentially being sacked as well. Oh God, Hodgson at Liverpool, the memories. Spencer says, "Thank you, Douglas. Take care, everyone." I don't think he gets the Madrid job, but I like Alonso, good player. Yeah, absolutely, guys. I will leave it there tonight. Thank you very much for watching. We did have a few of you in here actually. Did have a few of you. As well. Devil's Rising says, nah, Pioli's on the brink of the sack, so get him to EC so I can guess so that you can send me the link. No problem. AC Milan and Pioli gets a boot. That's very, very true. Take care, everybody, and I hope so, Kian. Yeah, absolutely. So, guys, tomorrow I will be live at 7 o'clock. There will be a live match preview of Scotland against Cyprus, and Yank Talking Smack, you saw in the chat, he'll be joining me, and also Reese will be joining me. So please do join me for that. That should be a very, very interesting game, I've got to say. But yeah, this is like the first time I've obviously done this sort of live stream, and like all the comments are sort of going across my face. But I do appreciate everyone who is tuned in as well. But yes, really looking forward to that. Really looking forward to that as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, obviously if you have missed it, please leave a like and also leave me your thoughts. Julian Nagelsmann sacked as Bayern Munich manager. Thomas Tuchel replaces him. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you later. I'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye for now.